Now then, today I'm going to go through everything I wish I knew at white and blue belt. For me, I can only thank my coach, which was Owen Levesey, for everything I pretty much know when it comes to grappling. I also want to thank all my training partners. Like, again, you're nobody without your training partners. And you need to realize that when you're in that gym, the most important person in that room is your training partners. And also, I'm very, very fortunate to have an amazing club. I think that's one of the biggest things that will always keep you coming and going in this sport is your club. You need to enjoy where you are. So, when it comes to being a white or a blue belt, the first thing I think you should do is just try it all. Try it all. Try gi. Try no gi. Try MMA. Try boxing. Try wrestling. Try kickboxing. Find out what you like. But don't forget to always try and learn the fundamentals. And the fundamentals of grappling, I stole this off Josh Saunders and I thought it was a really, really good way of systemizing it, is you need to learn the 4 stages of grappling, which is number 1 is pin escapes. So knowing how to escape all bottom pins, mount, side control, half guard, etc. Bottom tail, that kind of stuff. Secondly is can you turn your defense into offense? So an example could be you've escaped a bottom mount pin, you've got to the half guard, can you now wrestle up or sweep from the half guard and turn your defense into offense? So you've gone from, again, bottom half guard to wrestling up, and now you're in top half guard. Stage 3 is passing and pinning. Do you know how to pass and pin from every single position? And then lastly, the submissions. And one thing I stole or was given from my coach, Owen, was look at everything in your grappling and try have 3 things in every area. And you could go really, really far with this. You could look at mount, you could go mount escapes, you could go mount to single leg X's, you could go really, really fast if you really want to, or you could just keep it really simple. Like, right, in mount, my 3 escapes could be a 2-on-1 hit post, it's half guard, it could be kipping, and it could be a kip to single leg X. There's 3 options there. Again, in mount, you could have 3 submissions, be that a head and arm, S-mount armbar, or get into the triangle. So yeah, try and learn the fundamentals when you're doing this sport. Like, I see too many people try to learn magic tricks. And what I mean by magic tricks is submissions that you might catch somebody with that are probably just not that good. I think anybody can be caught by accident with a submission, but nobody can be absolutely dominated with position and pinning by accident. So get really good at getting off your back and knowing how to pin somebody. Secondly, train with everybody. Literally train with everyone. Tap early, tap often. White belt and blue belt is about surviving. You've got to get through the shitty period. You've got to take your beatings. And some people that say you don't, you do. There's just always somebody out there bigger, stronger, faster than you. And you've got to take those beatings. That's where you'll learn the most. But what I want you to do is try set up good habits with training. You don't just want to try win every round. That's where it becomes a bit of a grind, and that's where you can really, really dishearten yourself. I want you to try just set up weekly habits of daily training. So set a schedule that's realistic for you. Have a weekly lifting routine. Again, find what works best for you. There is no best. People think you got to do 4 days upper lower. You got to do 3 days upper lower full. You got to do 2 days full body. This is the best. This is the best. Nothing's the best. The only thing's the best is what fits in your schedule. You might be able to train free grappling and free lifting, which is great. So, okay, you put in your free grappling days and then you put in your free lifting days. You probably best off following an upper lower full body split. You've also got to set up weekly habits of knowing how to push yourself and when to pull back. Again, not every session has to be ADCC finals, and I don't recommend it is most of the time. Training is a lot about skill acquisition. I also want you to compete. Again, competition is different for everybody. For some people, it just doesn't tickle the balls. And for those people, I still recommend you go do it. And some people actually love competing. So try compete every 6 to 12 weeks. And lastly, set up the habit of learning how to learn. Like, actually go into sessions with an intention. Actually think about your grappling game. Some people don't want to think about it all the time, but once you start to understand the basic principles of everything, it will make this so much easier for you and much more fun. I know some brown and black belts that still don't have a fucking clue. And if I asked them to put a sequence together, they probably couldn't. Injuries. Injuries are going to happen. It's a combat sport. And maybe not just injuries, infections as well. You are going to have to learn how to train safely and also wash yourself, you dirty bastard. A quote that has always stuck with me, and if you know me personally, you will have heard this quote come out of my mouth. A star that burns twice as bright only burns half as long. And when I first heard this quote, I didn't have a clue what it meant. I think I heard it when I was about 16, 17. I didn't have a clue. The longer I got into coaching, the more I realised what it meant. I see these people come out like a house on fire. Jay, I'm going to train grappling 6 times a week. I'm going to also lift 2 times a day. I'm also going to get my cardio in. I'm going to get my steps in. And I'm also going to go ultra clean on my nutrition. Those people will be gone within 7 to 3 months. They will not stick it out. You need to think in the long term and never quit in the short term. This way you need to find what's realistic for you. And I'm not saying be soft all the time and kind of just, oh no, it's okay. Like, do try have high standards for yourself, but not so high that it's not sustainable over the long term. You need to know when to push and when to pull back. I want you just to follow these rules. Number 1, have fun. It's probably the biggest predictor in somebody's long-term development that they're actually enjoying themselves. It's not going to be fun all the time. Training is hard, but learn to have some fun. No one cares who won in training. Really, no one cares. And I'm a fucker for that. For some people in my gym, I will never give them anything because I don't want them to catch me in a submission. And that's actually really, really bad. No one cares. No one cares who's the ADCC finalist in that fucking training room, I promise you. Treat people how you want to be treated. If you come out and start being a cunt, expected to be treated like a cunt. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but treat people how you want to be treated. Again, the number 1, most important person in that room is your training partners, and you should be looking after them actively. There's no need to be slapping on submissions. If you're a purple belt and you cannot control a white belt who's maybe 15 kilos heavier than you, you're not a purple belt. You're shit. And you need to work on being better. If you are upset about your performance, do something about it. Go speak to your coach and ask them for some advice. Go learn what you need to learn. And again, pretty much what I've just been saying, have respect for yourself, have respect for your coach, and have respect for your training partners. Your coach, you might not see it. You might just see him turn up. Well, if you only go 3 times a week, you only see him 3 times a week. But your coach, I promise you, is trying his hardest, give you the best experience and best knowledge he can. Sounds really stupid, but wear clean clothes, brush your fucking teeth, and don't train with skin infections. You have to, as well, as a white or a blue belt, or even as a purple belt, or even as a brown belt or a black belt. You've got to focus on your own stuff. Your coach is there to provide you options. It's up to you to find the options that work for you. Again, if I went into a class and they was teaching triangles, I'd go there and I still apply the techniques and all this kind of stuff, but I probably wouldn't put them into my game because I'm a short ass and because I've got 2 massive previous knee injuries. Every time I put a triangle on, I feel like I'm going to absolutely explode my knees. You've got to find what works for you. And in that, still be coachable and learn how to handle feedback. Yes, there's definitely ways of giving feedback, which can be better or worse, but some people just like to be direct. That's just the way they are. Learn how to take it. They're not attacking you as a person. They're just attacking the performance. And kind of what I said earlier, you should always kind of match your partner's rolling intensity. If they come out, big slap on a collar tie, whew, right, let's fucking go then, lad. Or if they're a bit fucking slow, then go with it. And really, really silly, just don't quit. It's the number 1 conversation I have with people first start. I say to them, look, ask me all the questions you want. Come train as many times as you want. Learn whatever you want to fucking learn. But just still be here in a year's time. And then still be here in another year's time. And still be here in another year's time. Just don't quit and keep turning up. If you want let's not even call it a career. You just want your training journey to not stop in grappling. You need to focus on these things. Technique, timing, conditioning, strength, proper nutrition, and a solid mindset. These will carry you through grappling forever. And if there's one thing I got from Owen that's always stuck with me is you always get out what you put in. And I think you also need to go through these 4 things. You need to do everything you can for a competition and win. You need to do everything you can for a competition and lose. You also need to do fuck all and win a comp, and also train like shit, don't do fuck all for a comp, and lose. And what I mean by that is that you just need to experience all these things, how things can go your way or won't go your way. And you also need to remember that you will always get out what you put in, I promise you. So yeah, and here's something. You will get to a point where you don't feel like it's right for you anymore. There's some people call it the blue belt blues, which I never really experienced, but you've got to keep yourself going and keep having more fun. So here's how I would do it. First off, drop your bad attitude. When you are feeling a bit this way, just try different shit. Try some cool shit. There's a guy, I can't remember his name, I want to say his name's Brandon or Brendan. He's a 10th Planet guy in some like cowboy sounding America, and he shows some mad shit. He shows something called a ham sandwich calf slice submission. And I just tried to hit that for weeks. Like literally, All I came to training was to hit this daft deep half, ham sandwich calf slave submission, just to bring a bit of fun to my training. Go get jacked. There is nothing more rewarding in this world than trying to get jacked. And I don't want to go all alpha male bullshit, but correct me if I'm wrong. When you see somebody that's jacked, you automatically respect them more because you know they've spent time and effort and dedication putting in the work into their bodies. Tap. Put yourself in bad positions. We have a bit of a joke calling it Gary Turning rounds. The reason being is Gary Turning, I think he said somewhere like, if you're not getting tapped 20 times in a training session, you're not getting better. And I'm not saying just go out and let people take you straight to mount and submit you, but like work things, try different things and see if you get caught. And if you get caught, that's fine. Like you've just learned something new. You're building up more data points to understand what happens if you get in that situation again. That's it. A lot of this stuff with grapplers is they've just got so many data points ahead of you that they've been there a million times. I had this conversation with a white belt the other day. I was doing mount, so we do positional rounds and was in the mount. And he was like, how do you just get out so quick? Or how do you get out of that submission so easily? I was like, look, mate, I've just been here a million times more than you have. I've been here so many times. I'm not saying I won't get caught sometimes because I will, but you've just been there before. You know how to ride out and how to get out. Go try a new gym. Go roll with new people. There is something amazing. Cross training is fucking amazing. And if your coach doesn't allow it, then it's not good on the coach. Like cross training is one of the best things you can do for development. And it's actually really, really fun. You get to feel different bodies, different people. You get to see if your shit actually works as well. And when also you do go roll with new people, you find out that you can actually learn from everyone. Even some white belts have some great information or do something that, what the fuck was that? Like, I want to try that again. Or you go roll with some people at a new gym and you see something they've never done before. You can literally learn from everyone. This one's a bit of a silly one. If I can find the photo, I'll post it in here. But avoid eating 500 grams of mince before training because if not, you'll probably spew it up all over yourself. I did that and I'll try find the photo if I can. And also, this is one of the biggest ones for me, is you've got to rinse your partners. Training is about having, I hate using the word banter, but training is about taking the piss for me. If I can't have a laugh with my training partners, I would not have lasted this long. Yeah, if we didn't have a laugh, I'd have quit ages ago. And I'm so fortunate to have some of the fucking best training partners ever and also some of the funniest fucking people around me as well. One regret I do have as a white belt, blue belt, purple belt is not competing more. I think with competitions, if you find out who you really are, I think you should just go find out if it's for you. Go find out if competing is for you. Go try it, go do it. Do it more often. And then with that, you can find out what grappling is for you. For some people, grappling is just 3 hours out of their house doing something for them. And it's a bit of time to yourself. And as wrong as it sounds, but it's a bit of time away from the misses, the pain, the work, the stress. You can just come into training for 3 hours a week, switch off that fucking monkey brain and learn some new cool shit. For some people, grappling is everything. You just need to find out what it is for you. And you will go through waves. At one point in my life, all I wanted to do was grapple. I was like, yeah, like I really think I could do something with this. And I've also been through phases where it's like, I just love to train. I just love to fucking train. I don't care about competing. Another thing that's pretty much overlooked is recovery. Aim for 8 hours of kip. Sleep if you don't know what kip is. Take your supplements, take the basics, creatine, multivit, vitamin D, magnesium, whey protein if you need to. Try keep life as low stress as possible. Do some fucking mobility. And eat like an adult. Just 3 whole meals per day with 1 to 2 snacks if you need to. I'm still a relatively fresh brown belt. I was very, very fortunate enough to be Owen Lives' first brown belt, and I got my brown belt in just under 4 years, I think. And I still feel like I'm in an apprentice phase. I've still got so much to fucking learn. Personally, I wouldn't worry too much about the belts because there's probably a 16-year-old blue belt out there in America now that would fucking destroy you. And you might be a 10-year black belt. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry too much about the belts. Just invest in yourself, set goals with your life and your jiu-jitsu, and have some fucking fun. And obviously, learn how to wrestle and don't try have sex with your coach. Thanks for watching, Shaggers. Have a great fucking weekend.